Hey, Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to you. How about Shemi Al-Shai? Double honors to the apostle that was great millstone. Peace and blessing to you, brothers. Peace and blessing to you, brothers, pushing this truth throughout the four winds. Okay, just reading through Isaiah, man. The Lord really did a number on our people, and rightfully so. You know, we got what we deserved, and the Lord called it a light affliction. You know, we'll look at all that we've been through. That just shows you the power of Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai. If this was light, you know what I'm saying? If this was light, it just shows you and it speaks towards the power of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? It has to be mighty and a mind that we can't understand. You know what I'm saying? It has to be in a mind frame that we can't understand. We just can't get, you know? So I'm just read through Isaiah, the 3rd chapter. It says, "For behold, the Lord of hosts, doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah." Okay? So this is the land and the people. Okay, you got the northern tribes. Okay. The Lord of hosts doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread, the whole stay of water. Okay. Understanding, wisdom, power, everything was stripped away from us. Okay. Everything was stripped away. You know, it's like building something and it just was like really hard to build, and all of a sudden you have to go back to ground zero. You know, and it just like it's just stripped. Everything was stripped away from us. Verse 2, it says, "The mighty man and the man of war, the judge and the prophet and the prudent and the ancient." So it's just going through everybody who had rank, everybody who was importance. You know what I'm saying? He's telling you everything was stripped away from him. It says the captain of 50, the honorable man, and the counselor, and the cunning artificer, and the eloquent orator. So speaking like, you know, intellectual, you know. And I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them. Okay? People, the other people that really wasn't supposed to be nothing, they rule over us now. Okay? Now you just look at all those high positions: judge, prophet, prudent, the ancient. When you look at those men, the first thing that comes to your mind is wisdom. And all that was stripped. Okay? It says, "And the people shall be oppressed, every one by another." So that's all of our people are going to be oppressed by every other nation, and everyone by his neighbor. So we're going to be oppressed by our own people also. That's a lose-lose situation. You know, it's like having, let's say you're buying a house. You buy it in Esau neighborhood. You know how they looking at you. You know how they don't trust you. You know, then you buy it amongst your own people. They're bound to break in. You know, so it's just like, it's a lose-lose situation. All right. It says, the child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient. You see that? It says, and the base against the honorable. So people that have no value. People that was made to be servants shall behave themselves in the manner of, I'm ruling over you now. And all these things will be rightfully so done to us. Okay? The base against the honorable. That's like a bum on the streets telling a judge what to do in the courthouse, and he has to listen, but just on a higher level. Okay? Or a bum on the streets all of a sudden telling the president of a country what to do. You see what I'm saying? That's the fall we took, and that we're in right now. It says, when a man shall take hold of his brother of the house of his father, saying, thou hast clothing, be thou our ruler, and let this ruin be under thy hand. And that day shall he swear, saying, I will not be an healer, for in my house is neither bread nor clothing. Make me not a ruler of the people. Okay? Because it's no power in our hands. It's absolutely no power in our hands. Okay? None. For Jerusalem is ruined. Our people, we're ruined. And Judah is fallen. So how are we going to be able to rule when we're in the mind frame of we're struggling? How can someone that needs help be help to someone? You know? How can someone come to you and say, I need a loan for $100,000, and we don't have $100,000 to give? Okay, so we were just stripped of power. Okay? It says, because their tongue and their doings are against the Lord, to provoke the eyes of his glory. So the things we say and said and done through our actions, we said it and we lived by it. Okay? And that provoked the Lord to anger towards us. All right? And there was a punishment that came with it. It says, the shew of their countenance doth witness against them. We showed in the way we maneuvered, it bear witness against us. And they declare their sins as Sodom. And that's our people, but that's Esau. So everything that our oppressors put over us, our people take part in. It says, and they hide it not. You look at our people. Look at them. You got who the rapper Lil Nas X, you know, wearing a pink suit. It says, woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. Now, it was a guy named Pastor Troy. He is a Southern rapper. And when he spoke up against this, he got all kind of backlash from people. And I read the comments. And it was a shame, because these are curses. They have rewarded evil unto themselves. They look at doing what you want to do as a reward. But they're going to pay. And that's going to be their true reward. 10, it says, say ye to the righteous, that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. So their judgment is coming. Their judgment is coming. They're going to eat the fruit of their doing. It's like you reap what you sow. They're sowing all this evil and wickedness, and that's exactly what's going to spring up when it's season. When that season comes, that's what's going to spring up. And it's going to be death and destruction. 11, woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hand shall be given him. So that reward of his hands, which was at the end of 9, it says, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. So if they rewarded evil to themselves and they got pleasure out of that, in 11 it says, for the reward of their hands shall be given them. So that evil and that wickedness is going to fall upon their heads. You have to pay for it. All right? Because when we were stripped of our nationality, we were stripped of the ways we conducted ourselves. So when someone is set over you, they set the standard on what you believe and how you maneuver, because it's power in their hands. That's why when he read back, it said, let me see, 7, it says, in that day shall he swear, saying, I will not be an healer. For in mine house is neither bread nor clothing. Make me not a ruler of the people, because it's no power in our hands. We can't be rulers because we won't rule righteously, because we have no power. It's just no power. Everything was stripped. Okay. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy path. So who's leading our people? It's not us, because we have no power. Okay? And the people that's leading us, so all the laws of the land is causing us to go in the wrong direction. And that direction is causing us to err. And what comes from error? Punishment. Judgment comes from error. Because if you err, that means you learn from that mistake. So that mistake is going to lead to death. Okay, it says, and destroy the way of thy path. So you're not going to even find the way to go, because you're so stuck on the way that the people of this world lead you to go. All right. It says, the Lord stand up to plead, and standeth to judge the people. The Lord will enter into judgment with the ancients of his people and the princes thereof. For ye have eaten up the vineyard, the spoil of the poor is in your houses. Okay? And these ways are basically passed down. You'll think that your grandmother and your grandfather or whatever were righteous, because you'll see them going to church. You'll see them doing things that looks profitable, but all they're doing is passing down abominations to you. And you grow up figuring this is the right way, and you do the same thing. But you think you're doing right. Okay? That's eating up the vineyard. The spoil of the poor is in your houses. Okay? It says, what mean ye that ye beat my people to pieces? Constantly having them going off on the path that they're not supposed to be walking on. It says, and grind the faces of the poor, saith the Lord, power of hosts. Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty. And you think of this, and you go up to, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. Who do women rule over? What does Jake do everything for today to please? Women. Okay? Women. It says, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretch forth necks and wanton eyes. Okay? Walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. All right? Imagine high heel shoes. Okay? Bracelets on their ankles when they're walking. And all these things speak of pride. All right? It says, therefore the Lord will smite the scab of the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion. Now, when women, you see they can't grow their hair, know that this is a curse put on them. And the Lord will discover their secret parts. Their secret parts. What's a thing running rampant in Israel? In our community, with our people, HIV. Abortions. You'll see these so-called black women and they'll have 30 bodies by 22, 23, 24 years old. And the numbers keep climbing. And then by the time they get 30, they want to settle down and the whole town and had them. Okay? That they're secret parts. Okay? It says, in that day the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet and their calls. It says, and their round tires like the moon. You're going to be out of shape, fat as hell. Okay, the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers. Okay, the bonnets and the ornaments of the legs and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings. Okay? Because if you read on our women how they used to be, it was beauty. Long hair, beautiful, smelled good. It was a story where a king had a woman, and she soaked in frankincense and myrrh for 6 months. Just hopped in the tub and just soaked in perfumes for 6 months. 6 months in one and 6 months in the other. A whole year. Okay? But stripped of all those things. And now, look at our women. Can't grow any hair. Don't want to work out. Out of shape. And prideful at that. Okay? It says the rings and the nose jewels, all these things are what the Lord are stripping women of. And something is being put in their place. It says the changeable suits of apparel and the mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins, the glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils, fine clothing, okay? Just their apparel, their appearance, everything. You ever wonder why it takes women so long to get dressed? It's just ancient customs. That's exactly how our women, and it's still in their mannerisms. The thing is, it's all on the left-hand side now. It wasn't no need for makeup, okay? And long eyelashes and all that, because these things were naturally a part of our women. But the Lord stripped them also, just like he stripped us of everything. Okay? It says, and it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. Our women, down there, what does it say? Stink. And instead of a girdle, a rent. Big stomachs, fat, out of shape. Okay? Instead of well-set hair, baldness. These are the curses of our women right here. Okay? Instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. That means they're going to be fat, bald-headed, stinking, and ugly. Okay? Who is the least desired woman on the planet right now? The least desired woman on the planet, I guarantee you they will tell is the black woman. Anyone will tell you it's the black woman. I actually Googled this a few years back, and it was the black woman was the least desired. It says, thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. And her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. Our people shall be in a very low place. Okay? Very low. This is where we are right now. But thank Yahweh Shem Yahshua that he left a remnant with his spirit on them, that all these things can come full circle to where we can get back to where we need to be. Okay? But we're stripped of everything, man. The Lord is the power that he possesses is not even explainable, man. Okay? Hope this is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shem Yahshua. Double honors to the apostle of the great millstone. Peace and blessing to y'all. Pushing this truth throughout the four winds. Shalom.